Oh, let's see. Whoop. Trying to get everything set up perfect. It's been a busy day. I delivered my loads. Had to pick up some orange juice down at Disney, so hung out at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. It was all right. Really didn't do too much. Grabbed a few things. Went to Germany. That's pretty much where I drank all day, was Germany. Pretty good. Had some good dark beer, seasonal. It was an Oktoberfest seasonal, but it was a dark. It was pretty good. I posted a couple pictures of it. I actually shot a video over kind of on the far side of the lake. It just came out too noisy. There was just way too many people, so I deleted it. I was going to post that before posting this Q&A deal. I apologize. It looked really good. I mean, I had the background of the lake and all the people enjoying the food and everything, and it was a good 20-minute video, so you guys are probably going to be happy that I deleted it. But anyway, might as well get to the matter at hand. It's Q&A. I asked for some questions yesterday. I'm going to post this on my Patreon channel and also on Google+. I do this, try and do it once a week for the Patreon support I've been getting. If I get more support on Patreon, I'll keep them private on Patreon for like a week before I post them on Google+. Right now, I have 2 supporters. Really appreciate them. Chris Kitchen is one of my supporters, and Indian Maiden. Chris Kitchen's known throughout the community. He's doing a lot of creative stuff. Indian Maiden's not known in the Google Glass community or nothing. She's a YouTuber. She's a little kid and making some pretty impressive videos. Unlike me, who doesn't edit and just talks off the top of his head. But anyway, let's see this. It's not Mickey Mouse, but it is Oswald. Pretty cool, right? They had him on sale today. So I try and get myself at least one thing every time I come home. Actually, I'm gonna go home tomorrow for about an hour or so. My stepdaughter had a baby, so I got her. Oh shoot! I already put everything in the car. I got a little shirt for the baby. It says, "You ignore the diaper. I'm still the boss." The cute little baby shirts. Anyway, let's get to this Q&A. For some reason, my memory on my phone is just getting eaten up. A lot of new shows are going back into season, and I use this as a DVR. So while I'm out on the road, everything downloads as it airs on TV. So I know Grimm is on tonight, so it's going to be downloading. But I got like 17 gigs worth of videos. A lot of I got like 15 Big Bang Theories I'm catching up on. All the rest of the last season of Star Trek, the original. I probably got about 15 episodes of that to go. What else? Oh, the new American Horror Story. So there's 2 on there now. I'm gonna wait for one more, that way I could power binge watch. Anyway, enough blabbing. First question. Let me have a sip of coffee here. I just brewed it. That's some hot coffee. Anyway. Oh, real fast. That sticker that Disney sent wasn't a sticker. Get it here. It's a magnet, so it won't. I can't put it on my computer nowhere. So I slap it right on my refrigerator, and there it'll stay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's start off with a David McDowell question. When you're on the road, how do you get snail mail, or do you? I don't, man. I come home 4 times a year, maybe, for 2 days at a time usually. I'm usually out on the road on the average about 2 months at a time, sometimes 3 months. But sometimes I do come in like today or tomorrow morning. I'll shoot over and grab the mail and everything. So I probably get my mail. I'm home about 20 days a year. So I probably get my mail between 4 to 6 times a year. I really don't. That's what gets me in trouble sometimes. I may have an important piece of mail, but I may not get it for 2 or 3 months. IRS. So yeah, I don't get snail mail much. I kind of wish everything was sent electronically. I would get it constantly. Master Decker, how exactly does WIM work? Which is weigh in motion. Which I didn't. I had to ask him. WIM question mark, because I'm not good at those things. Anyway, weigh in motion. What that does is, hold on one second. Let me get this. I guess that all across the United States, the DOT have scales or scales out on the freeway before you get into those scales. Everybody driving down the road, I'm sure, has seen the truck scales. About a mile before you get to the scales on the freeway, sometimes you'll see these. They look like telephone poles, metal telephone poles that stick out over the freeway with little transponders on them. And we got these right here. And what that and as you're passing underneath those, there's also scales on the freeway. So if you're usually doing the speed limit, and it kind of it's halfway accurate when you drive across those doing like 65, and it shoots it back to their computers. And as long as your company is okay with the government, meaning in general the company as a large whole doesn't have many tickets, when we get inspected by the DOT, because they come to your companies and they'll audit. As long as you do good on audits and stuff like that, it goes into their computer systems for that state, and you'll drive under it, and there's a green light and a red light, and then if you get the green light, you just keep going down the freeway. If you get the red light, you have to pull in and have to deal with DOT, which sometimes it just means just driving across their normal scale, or sometimes parking, bringing your paperwork inside, and then having them check you, which is a pain in the butt. This company here, we're pretty good across the United States. Really don't get pulled into too many scales. Georgia, we do. We just had a fatality about 3 months ago, and so we're on Georgia's radar right now, and they're pulling all our trucks in no matter what. So we're constantly getting the red light. But that's basically how it works. You just drive across it. This thing will either light up green or red, telling you to go into the scale. Okay, Roxanne Riskin, partner in crime. God, she has been doing some great things with my photos. I really tried to get some alpha, around Epcot today. I was looking, everything I was looking at, I was looking for images of shapes in the form of the alphabet. Really didn't find too many, which was surprising. Even in Japan, I figured I'd find something on the buildings or in the architecture, even in the plant life, the bonsais and everything else. I could not find. In my eye, I just didn't see anything. So. Anyway, she asked, do you ever see hitchhikers? Of course. Not as much as like we have when I was a kid in the 60s, and actually my mom and my sister and me, my mom would drag us all over the place hitchhiking. She never drove. She didn't like to drive. And so we, as a little kid, I was used to hitchhiking. Recent years, Not too many. I don't see them. Most of the time, it's just people at truck stops. Hey, you go. They'll hold up a sign, going to Nashville. And on the freeway overpasses as you enter or enter the freeway. But I really don't see too many people out on the road anymore with their thumb up. Which state so far has traffic been the worst in, and what state has been the best and least traffic? Wow. Okay, first part of that is worst traffic. New York, George Washington Bridge, absolute worst. Any major metropolitan area, Chicago, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, during rush hour, 5 p.m. or between 4 and 6 in the evening, they all suck. Chicago, surprisingly, even during the rush hour traffic when it is just dead stopped, for a major U.S. city, it's surprising how polite the drivers are in that city. If I have to get over, because I may have to merge 4 lanes to take the next freeway, because the freeways merge a lot. Cars are very polite up in Illinois or in Chicago. They'll wait for you, flash your lights so you can get over. I'm surprised. New York, you don't get that. New York's like California; they're their own countries. So the worst, New York City. It's got to be the worst. No one. A lot of the trucking companies, when you get hired on, they always say no New York and no Canada. And that's pretty much like us. We don't go to New York City. Sometimes I have to go through it to come up by where you live, Roxanne. But we never really deliver there. I have delivered here with this company in all 5 major boroughs one time, and we get New York. They call it New York pay. So you get paid extra to deliver in New York City, and this company usually gives you about $300 cash if they have a New York load and you end up having to take it. Before I leave, they'll give me $300 cash bonus just to drive to that city. That's how bad it is. People totally refuse going there. Best, you know what? And that's just here in Canada. Toronto is really bad. I don't like Toronto neither. Best cities. No city's good traffic time. But I would have to say Northwest, Montana. Pretty much every city you go to, Butte, Billings, the Dakotas, Rapid City, North Dakota. So you got those cities up there because the population's not bad. The major cities in those states are really pretty good. Where Stephanie Lake lives, Boise, Idaho is a pretty good city during traffic time. Salt Lake City's not good neither, but Ogden's not bad. Let's see. Another question from David McDowell, and this will be the last one because my videos have been 2 and 3 gigs, so I really don't want to drag it on. David McDowell asked, I'm not sure if you've gone through border checkpoints, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, but if so, what the hell are all those laser-looking cameras that are pointing at your vehicles before you get to the stop? Not only do they have those at the border checkpoints, some scale houses, like in Illinois and Indiana, have those also. They're like X-rays. You see, you have to drive through a big X-ray with the cameras, and there's a lot of cameras on them. They scare me because I don't know if they're X-raying my cab as I'm driving through them onto the scale, are activating once my cab gets past them and just scanning my trailer and what's in my trailer. Because they have to be pretty powerful. I mean, they're going through my trailer. And I don't know how much radiation I'm getting from those, but that's what they are. They're x-rays. And they're at all the checkpoints in the border states. And also, for some reason, they got them in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and places like that, too. I don't know why we have them. They pretty much started going out and after the government tried to scare the public with terrorists and all that. It's just a waste of money. That's all it is. And it's like in Florida, we have a big waste of money. And I will record this maybe tomorrow on my way to Ohio as I'm leaving the state. On I-10 going east and west, I-75 and I-95 going north and south, as you come into the state of Florida, you have a scale, and then you have an agricultural, like 2 miles down the road from the scale. So first you have to go through the scale, and then you get back out on the freeway, go through your gears. Just when you get back up to speed, you have to pull back into an agricultural thing. And it's crazy because you'll see a truck that's pulling a flatbed. Nothing on it. The flatbed's totally empty. And you can visually see what's on there. There's nothing. It's like an empty skateboard with no rider on it. They have to pull in. And what you're supposed to do is you come up to the window, and they're supposed to ask you, what are you hauling, and look at your bills to see if you know what the freight is you got in your trailer. But they never do. Every vehicle, every truck has to go through that. Normally, they won't even open their window. They'll just wave you on by, and then they'll go back to playing video games on their cell phones. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. It really is. And I think in like 25, 30 years, I've never once been asked, what if you're hauling? I've always just got waved through. So, but that's what, and back to your question, that's those laser looking cameras with the white thing that you drive through. It's just a x-ray machine, a super big one, supposed to see the contents of your trailer. So anyway, that's gonna do it for the Q&A this week. Real fast, I'd like to once again thank my supporters on Patreon. You guys are incredible. It's great. I might have to create another Patreon page because CES is 2 months away, and I still don't have my airfare. I've been really trying to get some sponsorships going. They contact me back and tell me they're going to call me on the phone like in a day or so. They never have. They say we're really interested and then never get back with you. So I'm thinking about starting another Patreon campaign aside from the one for the website, because the money that you guys are giving me goes into my PayPal account, and then every month the $50 for that I use for the half hour of updates on my website gets deducted right from my PayPal account, right to the web developers. So that all the money I'm getting for that is going to what I'm saying it's going to. And as a matter of fact, I've showed it before on camera, so there's no secrets. I'm trying to be totally honest. But I might start what was I saying? Oh, I might start another Patreon campaign to see if I can possibly kind of help get airplane tickets and possibly hotel accommodations and anything above and beyond. If I can get like airplane tickets for a couple $100, which I've told it's not that expensive. It's like $300 or $400 or something round trip. But if I go get above and beyond that, what I'd like to do is help another glass explorer or something that might want to go, you know, and help them cover some of their costs, so we can get as many glass explorers out there as possible. I've seen some stuff on Google Plus. people trying to generate revenue, so to help out other glass explorers, and I'll do the same thing. I would like to get the tickets in November sometime. That way I'm done and don't have to worry about it, and then I could focus on getting stuff from some of the people that I put on my website, some of their products, so I could hand it out to glass explorers when we get out to Las Vegas, and just kind of swag, you know. And I don't know. Wow, 2,400 followers. Doing pretty good. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Post this video. What I was gonna say, one more thing. I was gonna thank once again Roxanne. The photos you're doing, or taking my photos and stuff. I really love that Google one, especially at the animated one. Oh, and to everyone else in the our community, I did create a mouse pad and a framed cotton canvas thing of one of Roxanne's pictures, where she took my photos of like trees and stuff like that and spelt words. And all the money that I get from that, which probably it isn't much, I only get like $2 or $3 per thing that gets made and sold, but it does add up. All the money from that project right there is going to be sent to Mr. Jason Ives. He donates to the Breast Cancer Association, and I'm sure a couple other causes. And every month when that money goes into my PayPal, I take that out and put it on his Google Wallet. I think he gives it to his wife, or I don't know how they do it, but the money goes right to the Cancer Society. And so all the profits from that is going to that, to Jason, so you can donate it. Other than that, I really have nothing else to say, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to go ahead and post this. I am in 4G, so it shouldn't take too long, unless this video is like 5 gigs by now. But I am out of here, and I have to stand up because I don't have my watch on, and it still doesn't work with the video. So I will see you guys later, as I wave one last time and shut the camera off. If it goes off. Shut off. Okay, it's not shutting off. Why is it not shutting off? Press. Is it hot? This is odd, people. Odd. My camera